Park to raise awareness about suicide this morning.
Hey, Jillian's Lauren Lyster now at the LA Police Academy. More on that. Good morning, Lauren.
Good morning, Chris and Lynette. Quite the crowd gathering for this first annual walk for a very important cause. We're at the Police Academy in Elysian Park. We can pan to the right, show you where this 5K is going to get started in just under an hour. They're expecting more than 700 people. That's how many RSVP'd online, at least. I want to introduce you to Melissa Swayles, if we can turn around back this way, Dan. And she is one of the organizers to tell us why this event, Melissa, why this cause.
Well, unfortunately, I learned about this event personally. My husband was an LAPD officer at Central Division, and on February 26th, sadly, he took his life by suicide. It was our youngest son's second birthday, and I've spent years trying to heal and find my place after this traumatic aftermath, and also trying to be a role model for my boys, because I felt obviously my husband didn't have the skills to deal with his stress and the trauma from the job. And it wasn't any one specific event. It was what I like to call a slow erosion of his soul. The day in and day out experiences of his job took a toll on him, and 2 years prior to his death, he was actually diagnosed with PTSD by the Veterans Administration. It's such a personal and traumatizing story for you. We were just looking at some video from his memorial service back in 2016, and we can show a little bit more about the scene here just to give people a sense of today's event. What are you hoping comes of your tragedy? What are you hoping for today? What kind of awareness? For me, the best way to honor his memory is to prevent this from happening again. And part of the reason that I feel that, unfortunately, he took his life was he felt there weren't resources. The department has a wonderful resource, but he was afraid to take advantage of those. One of the last things he did was look up the number to the department to call for help, and he didn't. And so my hope here is all of these vendors and all of these resources are all mental health resources associated with the department, but not necessarily part of the department. I want all the officers to know that there's so many opportunities to get help, just besides their internal departments. And just for officers across the country, there are these organizations, these resources, and they want to help. There's anonymity, there's peer support. I think the best way to ensure prevention is to emphasize a comprehensive officer wellness.
And I want to also put up some information for our viewers. This is actually, suicide is the 10th leading cause of death, which was a surprising statistic to me. And here is the national suicide. They don't call it a hotline, they call it a lifeline. That number is on the screen. We have seen some high-profile suicides of celebrities this year, too. I think it's on people's consciousness what an issue it is. How can people get involved in help if they aren't here for the walk today? I know it starts at 10. Can people still come out? And if not, where can they donate?
Absolutely. All the proceeds are actually going to be donated to the LAPD Family Support Group, and it's a family support group that supports families of all fallen officers. They can make direct donations to that organization online at lapdfsg.org. Additionally, these resources, we're working on a handout and a website to share these resources, because there's so many. But at the same time, people can come out. The vendors will be here till 12, and hopefully, if things will go well, maybe this will be the first of many.
And I just want to show before we go, Dan, if we can show on Melissa's, everybody's wearing tags that say who they walk for, and really brings it home. Because you have 4 boys.
We have 4 boys, and I walk for my late husband, I walk for my boys, I walk for myself and the officers, and most importantly, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that if this helps save one officer's life, then I've done my job.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing your very personal story with us and the inspiration behind this event. Like you heard, you can come out. This goes until noon here at the LA Police Academy, Elysian Park. It's the latest live here. Chris, Lynette, back to you.
What an incredible lady, and being up there at the Academy is a great experience there for you this morning. Thank you.
Other news now, the LAPD is holding a 5K walk through Elysian Park to raise awareness about suicide this morning.
KTL5's Lauren Lyster live at the LA Police Academy with more. Hey, there we go, Lauren.
Hey, Chris and Lynette. Look, the organizer of this suicide prevention awareness walk for LAPD thought 50 people would come out to her first annual event, and instead Park for them. This is the first annual walk of this kind, a 5K, started by the widow of David Swayles. He was an LAPD officer who took his own life tragically in 2016. His wife says he was struggling and was diagnosed with PTSD, but he didn't get help because he thought his career would be over. The last thing he did was look up the number for help, but she says he didn't call. Her reason for holding this event today is very personal.
Personally, my husband was an LAPD officer at Central Division, and on February 26th, sadly, he took his life by suicide. I walked for my late husband, I walked for my boys, I walked for myself and the officers, and most importantly, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that if this helps save one officer's life, then I've done my job.
Don't move that much.
Okay. Today's LAPD event connects officers with mental health services and anybody that wants to come out here to the LA Police Academy, but this is a major problem nationwide, the 10th leading cause of death, in fact, and there is a national hotline number I have up there on your screen. The LAPD chief, Michael Moore, talking about the issue.
As much as we consider ourselves a family, and oftentimes we may argue or bicker, we sometimes don't take care of each other like a family. And yet, as a family, as a profession, no matter what the outside world called upon today, this very moment, this department would run towards the danger.
All right, back out here live. We're trying to keep up. Chief Moore cited statistic over the past 20 years. 16 LAPD employees killed in the line of duties. Some of those traffic accidents or in the 36, in contrast, taking their own life. He was talking about what an important issue this is, how important it is to get some awareness. The event today goes on until noon. If you want to come out here to the LA Police Academy in Elysian Park, find out more. Everyone is welcome. For now, that's the latest live here. Chris Lynette, back to you.
Lauren, thank you for that. We appreciate that live
Thank you
report.
for hanging with us through the audio for the
Yeah,
important
such
stuff
an
there.
important event, though. And how fantastic that she thought there'd be 50 and there's 700.
That's got to be it.
That's what it's about.
And it'll help with some closure as well, and also help with some families that may be dealing with something in quiet.
Absolutely.
Okay, it's 10:08 right now.